hit him and go get him. That was my closing line.
What's it like to have the '79 team back?
It's awesome. Had more memories and more personalities on that team and a lot of stories today. So it was really a really very good reunion.
Obviously had a lot of great teams here in Arkansas. You had a lot of great teams after that too, but that's the team I guess that kind of puts you guys on the map nationally, isn't it?
Right, right. It really did. Just to wasn't sure exactly what we had that year. They were not an easy group to coach. They were not an easy bunch at all, but they were very close within themselves as a team, and they had a lot of confidence in themselves. And I guess a good example is against Pepperdine. We're down 3-0 in the first inning, and I told Tom Hilton, I said, get Kruger's charting. I said, he's going in the second inning, and Irwin will pitch the next game. And so Tom looks at me and he said, you tell him. So we get out of that inning 3-0. We're down 3-0, and I told Irwin, I said, you haven't thrown that many pitches, and they got a lot of left-handed hitters, and you're going to go in the next game. He said, no. And we had to go out of the dugout to settle that. And we did settle it, and lucky for us and for me, we won 5-4. Irwin pitches the next game against Arizona, and they've got Brad Mills at third, Francona at first. They throw Leffer, it's their best pitcher. Irwin sticks it up their butt, and at the end of the game, he hands me the ball, and he said, here. I said, thank you. That's the best motivational job I've ever done. But they were that kind of a group. I mean, we went to Texas Tech. We had our first flight. I said, we got to behave, got a curfew, blah, blah, blah. We're flying out the next morning. Well, they went out and stayed out all night, broke curfew, did what they wanted to do. And, I don't know if we were ever going to stop running stadiums that next day, but, they did their own thing. But, I mean, they were close on the field, and they would win. So, and they did. I mean, kind of bittersweet because 2-1 national championship game, and Kruger, you just can't say enough about him. I mean, he's 10-2 as a junior, lost to Texas in extra innings, lost the national championship game 2-1. Then he goes 13-0 as a senior. I mean, just pretty incredible.
You say they were hard to coach. Is it you mean like with breaking the curfew and thing, or what do you mean?
Yeah,
by
personalities. I mean, off the field, I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I had an idea. I didn't want to know. A lot of times I remember Brumble was a team captain. I'm talking to Brumble. He said, just let him play. I mean, as either an idiot or a good guy or doing the right thing, I don't know. Just let him play, and it all worked out. I mean, it was a great team. I mean, and you look at the talent. I didn't know it at the time. You knew McReynolds was going to be a big timer, but I didn't know Johnny Ray was going to be the kind of big leaguer he was. And then, Larry Wallace was so solid, and we had Ron Reynolds. I mean, gosh dang, he threw the ball to second base about that high off the ground. I mean, could block, so those guys. John Hennel comes out of nowhere, beats out Ed Wallace. Ed becomes our DH, and Hennel plays first base. I mean, he's a heck of a player. He ends up being a great hitter, drafted 2 different times, and so it was good. Kaufman, third base, good player. Oklahoma Player of the Year. We were fortunate to get him, and so everybody except Mike Martin passed away. I didn't realize that. In fact, a month ago, I was still trying to find him, and just found out about like yesterday that he's deceased. So.
So I think that's 40 years ago that you guys were able to accomplish that.
Pardon me?
40 years ago. What's it like thinking back that far?
Well, when you look back and see what Dave Van Horn in the baseball program is today, and I mean, you feel like Bob said, we kind of put us on the map where we could compete on a national level and be there. And so, it was a starting point. And I think it would open up Frank Broyles' eyes, and maybe some people where, we're getting a little more to work with. So.
it's just been a fun weekend. You know,
It has been.
memories.
It's been great. Great memories, great people. It's just so much fun to see all the players, and it really is. A couple of them I didn't exactly recognize. You know, Easy Ed Wallace has gained a couple pounds, and some of the others. But I mean, some of them look really great, and that's been nice. So, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.